Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Azmina. Thank you for being here. Our practice today will help us reconnect to our inner peace, which is our original nature. When we're feeling stressed and depleted, it's hard to feel this peace that we are to our core. Some of the symptoms of stress are constant worrying, anxiety, aches and pains in the body, maybe nausea or dizziness, headaches. Always check with your doctor to make sure that any practices are okay for you. And if you're suffering from chronic headache pain, please do check with a doctor. Irritability, anger, crying, that can be one of the symptoms as well. There's a lot of symptoms. So hopefully today's practice will help us to de-stress. We will release tension in our hips, our neck, back, upper back, and shoulders that get really, really tight when we're feeling stressed out. We will need a chair for supporting our head and doing the last plow pose at the end before Shavasana. A couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use the chair, that's fine. Blanket or two. And if you have the bolster, keep it close by, otherwise it's not necessary. We will roll up the blanket. All right? So please join me, listen to your body, and do what's best for you as always. Let's get started. Seated comfortably, roll your shoulders back and down. And then keep them back and down. Hands can go in Gyan Mudra. And maybe turn the fingers down towards the floor today to help us ground. Taking a moment or two to arrive into our space and into our body. And then relax in your seat. Just become aware of your breath without trying to change it. Feel the flow of air in through the nose and out through the nose with the exhale. And notice if your breath is tight and shallow or long and deep. Remember, we're not trying to change anything, we're just observing. Bring your awareness to the sounds that you may be hearing in the room, far away and close by. Become aware of the clothing on your skin, the texture of it, the different layers. Feel your ankles pressing into the mat. Notice the taste and feel the taste in your mouth in this moment. And look into the dark space in front of your eyes, any shapes that may show up. To bring your awareness to the midbrain. Excuse me. And notice the state of your mind here. Become aware of your thoughts, quality and quantity of your thoughts. And observe how you're feeling emotionally and physically in your body. And then we'll open our eyes and we'll do a little bit of breathing, which will really help to ground us, especially this type of breathing, the 3-part breath, the diaphragmatic breathing. It's really important to relieve stress. So you're going to come to lay on your belly in crocodile pose. Legs apart, toes off of your mat and heels in. Fold your arms, holding the opposite elbows, and then place your forehead on the forearm. And let go and just really start to inhale, expanding the lower belly, your rib cage and your chest. Exhale, draw the chest back, ribs towards each other, and lower belly squeezes in. So you'll continue this three-part breathing, allowing yourself to really let go with each exhale and invite calm and peace with the inhale, new energy. Keep your attention perhaps around your navel. So now you'll start to inhale to a count of 4, and you'll exhale to a count of 6. Again, soften with each exhale, surrender, allow the earth to hold you. This is a great way to stimulate the vagus nerve, which is part of our nervous system, taps us into our rest and digest, heal parasympathetic nervous system. Really relax your arms, your shoulders, your hips and legs. Inhale light, peace and love. Exhale tension, stress, tiredness, fear. Let's finish 3 more rounds, please. Really breathing in peace and love towards yourself for doing this practice, taking care of you. Exhale, release all the tension. Surrender, soften and soothe. And then release the arms, just roll over onto your back. Keep your eyes closed as you notice how you feel. Perhaps there's a calmness already in the mind and in the body, the heart. Bringing acceptance to whatever is there. These words of wisdom are from the yoga texts, the Upanishads. Even as fire finds peace in its resting place without fuel, when thoughts become silence, the soul finds peace in its own source. When the mind is silent, then it can enter into a world which is far beyond the mind. This is wisdom. This is liberation. So take a moment, reflect on these words, and then set an intention for what you need for your practice today. Connecting with your inner peace, letting go of stress, being present, whatever it is, repeat it 3 times. I intend to, and then fill in the blank. And then release the intention. And you'll take your block, and if you don't have a block, you'll use your blanket and just roll it up into the shape of a block, or just folded blanket. Place the block underneath your sacrum, the bony part of your back, not the lower back, just underneath your bottom. Take your right knee into the chest, give it a hug underneath the thigh or on the shins. Take a breath here to settle. And then extend the left leg straight out, coming onto your heel, reaching the heel away from you. Maybe take that right knee a little bit over to the right side if that feels good. Then we'll get into the hip flexors on the left hip here, on the front hip. Let's take a few breaths here. Remembering the 3-part breath, expanding the lower belly with the inhale, rib cage and chest. Exhale, chest in, mid belly in, and lower belly squeezes in. Make an extra effort to squeeze that lower belly in so we can stretch into that left front hip. Relax your face, your jaw, and your shoulders, your right hip. And release with a sigh if that's what your body is needing. It's a great way to release tension. Soften into your forehead and upper back. One more breath here. And release the right foot down. Bend that left knee again. Allow your knees to touch and just take a moment to pause and feel. Notice the difference in the right and the left hip, front hip. Then bring your left knee into the chest. Really, and let's take a couple breaths first before we straighten the left leg. The right leg, I mean. Breathe in. Really connect with that breath and take it into any tight spots. Imagine that if you have tightness in the right hip, you're going to bring that breath there and just breathe in and out from there. Straighten the right leg now, pressing the heel away. And if you take that, move that left knee a little over towards your left shoulder, you'll get into that front right hip a little bit more, the psoas. Inhale nourishes you with new energy, vitality, peace, and calm. Exhale releases old stuck energy, stress, tension. Squeeze that lower belly in as you exhale. One more breath. Start to slide that right foot back. Drop that left foot down. Take a moment. Pause and feel. And then lift that block or blanket away from you. Straighten the legs. Just again, let's reset from that hip flex and stretch. And feel the body. Notice if you feel the blood moving, the energy moving. And then roll over to your right side. Pause here. Come up to sit. And sit cross-legged. You'll bring your right shin in front of you. And this is where you'll need your blocks or your bolster or even your chair. I'm going to use the blocks. This is to place our forehead on there so we can calm the mind. One block can be flat or both blocks. You may need both together like this. Or just place your forehead on the chair if it's hard for you to come towards a forward bend. So listen to your body and figure out the way you can put your blocks or use your chair or your bolster. So the right shin is in front of you, and then we're going to just come forward with a straight back, only as far as you can go until you feel it in your right hip, in your right bottom, and your right outer shin. Rest your forehead either on the chair or blocks, and let's take at least 5 breaths here. Using the 3-part breathing. Relax and let go of everything with the exhale. So you'll continue the inhale 4, exhale 6, or inhale 5, exhale 8. Focus on your navel. Invite peace and calm with each inhale. And release what you need to release with each exhale. Tightness, anger, irritability, whatever it is. Worrying. Feel what's happening in your right outer hip and thigh, and your bottom. One more breath, please. And you can always release sooner. Remember to listen to your body. It feels so good. I'm cheating and taking one more breath. And remember, it's your practice. Do what feels good for you. You can pause the video and stay longer. Or you can take less breaths if it's feeling really uncomfortable on your hips. And then we're going to switch legs. Bring the left leg in front, left shin in front, crossing at the ankles in front of each other, or just ankles crossed, whatever works for you. Go ahead and find your chair seat or the blocks. Fold forward with a straight back, palms facing up. Inhale 4 or 5. Exhale 6 or 8. Relax your forehead, your shoulders. Let go of your hips. Inhale light, peace and calm. And think of this light could be someone that loves you very deeply, or your pet, a divine spiritual figure. Bring that light into your heart with each inhale. And exhale, surrender all your worries to that light. We're going to be okay. And you can always adjust the block as soon as your body is ready. You can go a little bit deeper into the forward bend or ease back. Two more breaths, please. Imagine that your breath is this light and it's healing you with each inhale and taking away all your troubles with each exhale. Finishing your last extra breath here. And then pull your belly in, slowly ease back. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Feel the mind maybe a little bit more spacious. And then bend your knees, release the fold, and just do a few windshield wipers to release those hips again. And when your knees come to the right side, you're going to turn over to the right side. And here again, you may need your block or your blanket. And just fold over that. Keep your forearms on the blanket and just twist over to the right side. Let's take a few breaths here. Go as far as you want or as close as you need to. Inhaling, connecting with that light of your choice. Exhale, surrender your worries and fears to this light. Relax your hips. Last breath here. And then come to center. Bring your knees back to center and drop them over to the left side. Take your blanket with you or your blocks or bolster. And again, you don't have to go as far as whatever I do. Remember, it's your body. It's your practice. Listen to your body. Just fold over to wherever you can and take a few breaths here. The goal is to just breathe that 4 or 5 inhale, exhale 6 or 8. Let go of those hips. Soften. And sigh. Last breath, please. And then come to center. Take a moment, pause and feel. Then we're going to uncross our legs and come into a standing forward bend. And here, feel if you feel like doing a downward dog before you come up, feel free to. Maybe we'll just do a little short one to ground. But listen to your body if you don't feel like doing it. Just come into the forward bend and just wait there for a little bit. If you're doing the downward dog, bend your knees here, chest towards the thighs, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe walk your dog if you need to. Make it your own. It's a great way to release stress, and it helps us connect with the earth and ground us. You can always have your hands on the seat of the chair for downward dog too. One more breath. And then walk your feet and your hands towards each other, staying in the forward bend. Grab hold of your tie or your strap. think I mentioned that you need a tie. I'm not sure. I might have forgotten. So please pause the video if you don't have it. Bathrobe tie, anything will do, something similar. Then you're going to grab hold of the tie if you need it. I'll just show you the version with the tie first so we can get into our upper back and shoulders. So you're going to hold the tie shoulder width apart, wrists inside of your wrists facing each other. This is a modification, and then you'll just bend your knees here if you need to. And just come into a forward bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together, okay? And it's nice to use the tie, especially if you're feeling stress. But if you want to interlace your fingers, feel free to do that. Notice which thumb is on top. And when we're stressed, our bodies can get really tight, especially hamstrings, upper back, and shoulders. It's a nice way to release. And this also helps to lift your mood. Bring the other thumb in front if you have your fingers interlaced, or continue to squeeze using your strap. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Move your head from side to side here. And then up and down, or side to side, whatever feels better. One more breath here. And then release the arms. Slowly you can hang on to your tie, put your strap down. Slowly uncurl the spine. Take your time. Come up to standing. Exhale, cleansing breath. Relax. Pause and feel. Then we're going to do eagle arms to release, to broaden the upper back and get rid of some tension there. So bring your arms in front. Cross the right elbow on top. Bend the elbows and turn the backs of the hands together like this. Or if you're able to, the palms together. If this seriously does not work for you, go ahead, just hold the shoulders, or even just do the best you can, just even cross the elbows like this without doing the hands. Otherwise, do what you can, interlace the fingers, take the elbows up and away from you. Let's take a few breaths here. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale 4, exhale 6. Inhale light, exhale darkness. Feel your feet pressing into the earth. Gather the positive energy from the earth all the way up into your upper back and shoulders. One more breath here. And release. Cleansing breath. Pause and notice how you feel. And then bring the arms forward again. This time left elbow on top. Find your version of the eagle arms. Garudasana. Grab hold of your palms, which this side does not work for me very well. Little tightness in the left upper arm. Do what you can. Listen to your body. And elbows up and away, or just keep them close to your chest. Listen and respect your body as it is in this moment. Remember, it's all about the breath. Bring your awareness to your navel as you breathe in and out. Turn the corners of your mouth up and smile. One more breath, please. And release. Maybe just do a few circles. And just pause and feel. Feel the flow of blood down the arms, tingling the fingers. Relax your hips, shoulders. And then you're going to come into, so here we may need the chair. I'll just show you if you need the chair. So you widen your legs like this, as wide as you can go, toes in, slightly heels out. Then if you're not going to be able to have your hands on the blocks or your bolster, then you will use the chair and place your forehead on the seat of the chair here. Hold on to the legs of the chair. And then we'll just stay here for 10 breaths or so. Okay? And the other version is if you have the bolster, blocks, whatever. The idea is to support the forehead, okay? So go ahead and come into your forward bend. The mic is always falling. And relax. Here, arms, elbows can be bent. Start to connect with your breath, please. Inhale 5 or exhale 8, 4 or 6. Bring to your heart or into your mind your version of the light and peace and love, and breathe it in. Send it to every cell of your body. And then as you exhale, surrender all your concerns, stress to this light. Just let go in your body. Long, smooth breath in, expanding the lower belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhale, chest in, ribs in, and lower belly squeezes in. This wide-legged forward bend, or Prasarita Padottanasana in Sanskrit, is like a variation of a headstand, very calming for the mind. Let's finish 2 more breaths here. Soften everything from head to toe. When you're ready, start to heel toe in, bend the knees and walk your feet towards each other, and you'll come to the floor. moving your props aside. So now you're going to take a moment. Let's take a moment before we move on. It's always good to feel, notice the space in your mind, in your body, in your hamstrings. Now you're going to need your blanket, and it can just be folded like that or just open it up. And we're going to come into I think it's Sarvangasana, rabbit pose. Sasangasana, rabbit pose, yeah. So again, we're going to come right under the top of our heads. So you could have your other blanket underneath your knees. We're not going to be here long, so you won't need it for that long. You may need your strap here again, just like we did in the standing yoga mudra. So if your shoulders are tight, you'll do it this way. If not, you'll interlace your fingers, all right? So listen to your body, and this is what it looks like. So you're going to come right onto the top of your head, and you'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. If you're not, do not move your head here. Interlace your fingers. Remember which thumb is on top. And now we're going to slowly release the hips down. And then change the thumb. If you have your fingers interlaced, change the thumb. Bring the other thumb on top. Come back onto the top of your head. Arms up as far away as you can go. Use your strap if you need to. Exhale, change the thumb if you have your fingers interlaced. Inhale up. Exhale down, change. And don't worry if you're using the strap, you're still getting this nice rocking movement, massaging of your head, releasing tension in the shoulders. Breathe, one more. Let's stay here for a couple breaths now. I really need to release the sighs. And that's completely okay. And then slowly release into child pose, or widen your legs if you need to. Take your arms behind you and just pause for a moment. And then slowly uncurl. Keep your eyes closed. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Now, for the next pose, this is just a side stretch. So if you don't have a bolster, you'll roll your blanket into a rectangle and just make a roll and make a bolster. I think I'm just going to use a bolster since I have it. Place the bolster to your right side. And I've done this before in some of my other classes. Place the bolster, your right hip to the middle of the bolster. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lay down on the bolster. And then stretch. Your right knee is bent. Left leg can be moving towards the back again to get into the hips and the side body. Drop your head to the bottom arm. Left arm can come up to meet the right hand. So right hand holding the left wrist. Open up your throat here. Let's take 5 breaths. Soften and relax with each exhale. Really make use of this pose to really get the breath into the side body and expand the lungs. It's a great way to expand the lungs and to allow the breath to move into this space. And this area gets really tight from stress. So use this breathing time to release the tension. Last breath. Remember, you can pause the video if you want to stay longer. And then we'll slowly release. Come to sitting. Keep your eyes closed. Notice how you feel. Notice the mind, space in the heart and body maybe. Notice the right and left side. And then we'll switch sides. So move your blanket or your bolster to the left hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lay over that blanket or bolster, placing your head on the bottom arm. Stretch the right leg back, right arm towards the left, and hold your right wrist with your left hand. Open up your heart and your throat. Inhale to a count of 5 or 4. Exhale 6 or 8. Focus on the belly button. Really squeeze the lower belly in with the exhale. Inhale love and peace, light. Exhale the darkness. One more breath, please. And then engage your core. Use the support of your hands to come up. Cleansing breath. Exhale with a sigh and feel. Feel the spaciousness in the upper body, the side body. Feel the right and left now, maybe more balanced. And then move the bolster out of the way. So now this is where the chair comes in. So you'll place your chair on your mat so that it doesn't move. Okay? And you can have that unfold your roll of your blanket if you had it rolled up. And maybe just put the blanket on the seat of the chair. For those of you that are familiar with plow pose, and you can do it with your legs going on the floor, go ahead and do that. But today, I'm going to use a support and show the people that can't do it with this variation. So you're going to lay back on the floor. And if this plow pose doesn't work for you, you're going to just do a legs up the wall variation. Take your block of blankets, put it underneath your sacrum, And just lift the legs up like this and completely relax. So this is your option if plow pose doesn't work. If you're doing plow pose, you're going to start to bend the knees, rock back and forth, and then lift the bottom up, and you'll have your legs on the seat of the chair. Do not move your head, so tuck your shoulder blades towards each other. And we'll just rest here for a few breaths. Relax your shoulders, whatever pose you're doing. Listen to your body. This can be a challenging pose, so please do what works for you. Legs up the wall variation. This really helps to release the upper back, the head tension in the neck. Stimulates the thyroid, parathyroid glands. One or two more breaths. Slowly start to release. Nice and slow. Move the chair away and just straighten your legs. Just lay on your back, like resting on your back. And notice the release in the upper back. Notice the calmness in the mind. Feel this peace, our true self. And just to release the spine a little bit, just bring your knees together, rock them or move the knees around. Drop them to the left, look to the right. Take a couple breaths here. And then switch sides. Inhale, exhale, shift your bottom to the left, knees to the right. Look to the left. Remember, you can stay longer in the spinal twist if you need to, if you want to. This wasn't part of my sequence, but this is a great way to end any practice. It just brings everything back to balance. So let's come back to center and pause for a moment. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana. So please do take your blanket and cover yourself up. And my chair is magically going to disappear off the camera now. Excuse me. So here, if you have that eye pillow or your soft cloth or sock, it'll come in handy. And if you have two blankets, you may want to put one blanket on your belly as a weight to just help you relax a little bit more deeply. In another class, we'll maybe use like a heavier weight, and we can do the relaxation this way. So go ahead and Lie down, legs are as wide as your mat. Roll the thighs in and then feet out. Place your cover on your eye. Another great way to calm down that constant chatter in the mind. Excuse me. And release all the tension. Soften into your whole body now. Feel the heaviness of your head. Relax all the muscles around your eyes, your face, your jaw and throat. Feel your shoulders and arms softening and letting go. Relax your chest, upper back, belly and back. Soften into your hips, your glutes, and your legs. Feel your toes. Focus your attention now into your hands. Full attention in the hands. Relax. Feel your attention moving from into the hands and the feet and face now. And feel the vibration in your hands, face, and feet. The sensation, tingling, pulsing. And stay there or feel it into your whole body as one energy field. your mind is wandering, and it may be completely normal, come back to feel your hands, feet and face, the whole body, your inner body. Feel the space that you're in. I am this peaceful, loveful being. Pure and free forever. Remember, you can stay here as long as you want. But if this is the only time you have, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, head from side to side. Bring your knees into the chest, remove your eye cover, and hug the knees and rock your spine. Just rest on your right side. And then slowly come up for closing meditation. Keep the eyes closed as you sit nice and tall. Take your hands back in that Gyan Mudra, fingers pointing down, index finger and thumb touching. Feel the tailbone pressing into your mat. Stay in the body. Feel it. Notice any spaciousness in the mind. Quiet and silence, perhaps. Perhaps feel this clarity that the Upanishads text, the quote that I said before. Maybe you can perhaps feel this clarity and wisdom, the space behind the thinking mind, the peace behind the mind. This peace is who we really are. Please stay here longer if you're feeling really connected to your inner peace. Stay as long as you can in this meditation. Allow it to expand. Otherwise, bring the palms together and rub them briskly. Make a cup shape and cup them over your eyes. Continue to keep your awareness within, to that quiet space. Wash your hands down, the throat, chest, legs, back into the heart. Drop your forehead down towards your heart, your fingers. Taking a moment of gratitude for all that you have, all that you are, for the breath that you still have. Gratitude is another way to really get out of our heads into the body and release stress. Let us share our peace with all beings in the world. May all beings be peaceful and calm. May all beings feel safe, healthy, and strong. And may all beings remember their divine, peaceful self with each breath. Namaste. The light and greatest in me honors the light and greatest in you. Thank you for doing this practice with me. Please remember to share, subscribe, and like if you enjoyed it. See you next time.